Hey friends, today I have some ice cubes here and I have my hammer and I am going to break the ice. Now, that doesn't seem to be working so well up here. Maybe I need to put it down here. Yeah, it's a little dangerous job with my hammer. That's why I have my OSHA hard hat on here just to keep myself safe as I break this ice. Did you ever hear the phrase, break the ice? Did you ever wonder what it means? Well, one of the things that we use when we say to break the ice is to play a game. We have what we call icebreaker games. And no, we don't break ice cubes in those icebreaker games. Rather, we play some games that are ways of getting to know people. Icebreaker games are often played when people are meeting for the first time or gathered in a group, and it's just a way to break the ice, to make sure everybody is able to talk with each other and chat with each other. And that's why the actual phrase of breaking the ice was written in a poem in 1678 in which the poet references the awkwardness of a conversation where no one is talking or saying anything. It was silence. It was like cold silence. And it was silence until someone spoke. And then the poet said that at that moment, it broke the silence and the ice. So breaking the ice was used to reference a lull in a conversation and then somebody making everyone else feel good and engage in conversation again. And over time, the phrase break the ice became also associated with the ships that were now being designed and built to break the ice in frozen waterways so that ships could travel. Up until those ships were invented, you just didn't take a boat into a frozen lake or a river or even an ocean where there's ice. You couldn't get through. But in the 1800s, new ships were built which could plow their way through the ice, pushing it aside and making sure that other ships could then come behind them. So those icebreakers were new, and they were actually literally breaking the ice. So we can think of breaking the ice as in doing something new or making a new way to go. I think the phrase reminds us not to be quitters and to keep moving ahead even when it may be uncomfortable or hard. You know that God is able to help us move through hard times just like icebreaker ships can help us move through frozen ice. God is able to help us do new things. I like this verse. This is an interesting verse from Ezekiel 36:26. I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit in you. I will remove from you your heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh. Wow, God told his people that he could make their hard hearts soft again. You know, somebody has a heart of stone or really hard-hearted or sort of mean, we call mean-spirited, hardly able to feel emotions. We say they have a hard heart. And here it says that God can take that hard heart, that heart of stone, and he can break it just like ice cubes and give a heart of flesh. That's pretty cool, I think. God can get through to us and he can help us thrive again, even after we've had times that have been difficult. Isaiah 43:18 and 19 says, forget the things that happened in the past. Do not keep thinking about them, for I am about to do something new. It is beginning to happen even now. Don't you see it coming? I'm going to make a way for you to go through the desert. I will make streams of water in the dry and empty land. You know that sometimes it is hard to move on. We think about the struggles of that we've had today, and maybe the struggles that we've had in the past, and maybe memories from our past can keep us from moving forward, especially if the future looks difficult or hard. Do you remember the children of Israel, the Hebrews? They had been in Egypt, they were slaves, life was not good for them at all. And they left Egypt. Remember the story of Moses when they escaped from the Pharaoh, went across the Red Sea and into the promised land, and they traveled for a while. And so whenever they came across a day that was really challenging or hard or a new situation, they would sometimes say that life was better in Egypt and they wanted to go back. No, it wasn't better in Egypt. And they knew better. It's just that sometimes it's hard to face the challenges of today because it feels overwhelming. And then we think back to the past, and whether it was good or not, we sort of call it the good old days and think we should go back when really it would probably not be a good thing to go back. and live through that again. You know, even when tomorrow looks hard or the future looks hard, sort of like a frozen lake with really thick ice, God is able to go ahead of us and he's breaking up that ice, just like the icebreaker ships. Yeah, God is able to make things new again. 2 Corinthians 5:17 says, "When anyone lives in Christ, the new creation is come. The old is gone and the new is here." I know that sometimes it's hard to face the next day because we think that the challenge we're going to be facing is going to be overwhelming, and how are we ever going to do it? But if we keep plowing ahead and breaking that ice, we go, oh, that wasn't so bad after all. So sometimes our fears hold us back, don't they? And we need to remember that God can be our icebreaker. He will make things feel good when there's calm, when there's hardly any conversation. He helps us engage. And when the way is filled with thick frozen ice, he breaks through for us. So today, be confident in God's role in helping to break the ice in your life, whatever that looks like. Be an icebreaker as well. Make sure that you're engaging people and that you are helping your heart remain soft, as well as helping other people's hearts become soft and not hard. I hope that your day is a day that's filled with peace and joy, and that you allow God to bless you in so many ways.